Everybody, hope everybody had a great 4th of July and a safe 4th of July, and all those who got caught up in those storms here in PA and over in Ohio and beyond. Hope everybody was safe, and those that got caught up. Hope you are repairing whatever you need to repair. Hope the damage wasn't too bad, but we're back here today for episode 8 of Boy Do I Have a Story for You, and this story is going to be titled Penguin Walk. Yes, penguin walk, and I'm going to explain it right now of what that means. Back in 2012, me and Susan were at my mother's house, and we were just going to watch the Penguin game. She's going to make some pasta and some meatballs, and we're just going to hang out and watch the game. Well, I got a phone call, or a text from my cousin Tara. She says, you guys interested in going to the Penguin game tonight? This is like, what, an hour and a half or so before the game. I'm like, yeah. I said, Susan's upstairs taking a shower, but I said, yeah, we'll see if she wants to go. And I said to Susan, I said, you want to go to the game tonight? Tonight? Yeah, tonight. So I said, sure. She said, sure, let's go. And I said, well, one thing, though, we got to go to my cousin Tara's, pick up the tickets. And that was still back when you got ticket stubs. And she was like, let's go. And I said, sure. She gets dressed and all that. We leave. We forget to grab my wheelchair, which we'll get into that here in a second. So we get all the way to my cousin's. We get the tickets. We're heading down to the arena. And the game had already started by the time we got down to the parking lot. Well, here, didn't know where to park, right? So Susan pulls into this parking lot that's that you're probably not allowed to be in. But we found a spot. We didn't pay because there was nobody to give the money to. So remember, I said I didn't have my wheelchair. So we start walking, and we're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking. We keep walking. Susan keeps saying to me, oh, the arena's right over there. I could see it. Well, no, I couldn't see it, and neither could she. I think she was just trying to get my hopes up. Okay, but we kept walking, and we kept walking. We get all the way to the arena. We finally get there. Now you got to get the tickets out, give them to the person, you got to get inside. So you get inside. Now you got to go up a couple floors because their tickets were in the 200 section. We get off the one elevator. The game's already started, probably a few minutes into it. And we had to walk around the rotunda to the seats. We get to the seats. Now we got to walk down a few steps, and we sit down. Lo and behold, the Penguins did lose that night. They played the Detroit Red Wings. But anyways, we enjoyed the game. We go to leave. So we had to walk back the way we came in. And I told Susan, we actually left on a different floor. Because we wanted to get our pictures taken next to these cardboard cutouts. So we did that. I said, I'm not going anywhere. You can go back and get the car. All right? I'm not walking all the way back there. Now, mind you, I said, like I said last week, some of these stories are pre-pacemakers, so you got to imagine what I was dealing with that night. So she goes back and gets the car, and I'm sitting there. She pulls the car up, I come outside. I get in the front seat, and she starts to drive away. She looked at me, she goes, I'm glad you didn't walk back to the car. I said, why? She says, yeah. Remember when I told you the arena was right there? I said, yeah, I remember that. She goes, well, I just want to let you know you walked 6 blocks. Now, imagine that. A guy who can barely walk 10 feet walked 6 blocks. After the 6 blocks, I had to go into the arena, up an elevator, and around the top rotunda, the 200 section, to get to the seats. And I had to do almost the same. Well, I did half of that because I didn't go back to the car with her, which I probably should have with the way Pittsburgh is. But yeah, she said, you should be proud of yourself. I said, why? She goes, yeah, you just walked 6 blocks. 6 blocks. And when I say in my videos, you could do anything you want as long as you put your mind to it. You can do anything you want as long as you put your mind to it. And it's true of what I said, I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, I wonder why I was so gassed. And my heart was probably only beating at probably 40 or 50 beats or less per minute there. But I'm just glad that I was able to get to the game alive and get home alive. But, yeah, like I says, Moral of today's story, you can do anything you put your mind to. And I did it. Didn't think it was going to be 6 blocks, but I pulled it off in the city of Pittsburgh when it was dark outside. So, like it says, you could do anything you could do anything you want as long as you put your mind to it. But I want to add also this too. If anybody out there, I gained another subscriber, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow with my stories. If anybody out there has a question or a comment, you can reach me on Facebook at Dusty Costa, or you can comment right here on YouTube if you'd like to. You don't have to. But if you have any questions, I will answer any question you have that has nothing to do with any of these stories that I've told, these previous 7 stories. Like I said, I'll tell you anything you want to know. I'll let you in on it. Like I said, find me on Facebook at Dusty Costa, or, comment here on YouTube. I'm open to that. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And it helps me grow. And like I said, hope everybody has a safe and happy 4th of July. Again, happy birthday, America. 250 years of dominance. Hard to believe. But like I says in previous videos, believe, no limits, ignore the noise, and prove people wrong. God bless you all.